Good morning, friends. I welcome you again to this channel, Dr. Vipul V. Kapoor. Let's learn. Friends, today we are going to discuss the influence of French on the English language. In our previous lectures, we discussed different other influences on English language, like we discussed Latin influence, we discussed Greek influence, and today we want to study the influence of French language on our English language. Friends, of all the languages of the world, English is perhaps the most heterogeneous language. English has the power of receptivity. English has the power of mixing all other words from different languages of the world. And precisely because of this characteristic of English language, it has become a heterogeneous language. English language in today's times has lost its original nature, has lost its original form. The original English was existing in England from 5th to 10th century, the first phase in the history of English language, which is also known as Old English language and also known as Anglo-Saxon English. But with the passage of time, English kept on changing. Many different influences many different factors kept on influencing this language. British society kept on having some contact with other cultures, other societies, other nations, and as a result, the English that we have received in today's times is a mixed form of language. It's not an original English language. So, as you can see on the screen here, one might wonder that there are so many French words in English language. About 45% of all English words that we are using in our day-to-day conversation in English have French origin. It's a matter of surprise for the new learner of this language. So if you want to know how French language has influenced this language, then you need to listen to this video further. The first and foremost, the most important influence on English took place in the year 1066 during 11th century. The Norman invasion, if you remember when we were discussing the history of English literature, when we were discussing different landmarks in the history of English literature, I had made a mention of this Norman conquest or Norman invasion on England, which took place in 1066. So, the Norman invasion of England in 1066 had a major impact not only on the country but also on this English language. The Norman king, William the Conqueror, and so many other people with this Norman king, who who came to live there in England, they were speaking Norman French language. Now, because this King William the Conqueror came to England, he started ruling on England, and that's why, because they were speaking the Norman French language. So what happened? The words related to the government officers, government offices, the words related to governance, the words related to court and upper classes, these words, French words, entered into England during the next 3 centuries, during 12th century, 13th and 14th century. So this period of 300 years is known as the period of French influence, and that took place because of that political event which I just now mentioned in this lecture, the Norman invasion in England. Not only this, English language continued to be used by ordinary people, and Latin was the language of the church. So you can just imagine that in England at the same time there were 3 languages, the prominent 3 languages existing. One, the Norman French language, which was spoken by the government officers, which was spoken in the courts, which was spoken by the upper class people, number one. Number two, one local language was already there, that was Anglo-Saxon English, Old English, that was spoken by the common man, ordinary people. And at the same time, Christian missionaries also influenced this language, and Christian missionaries who came to live in England, to bring about a spread of Christianity in England, so they were using Latin language. So at the same time, 3 languages were found in England during 12th, 13th and 14th century. During this period when Norman French was the dominant language, English was rarely used in writing, because the church authorities did not allow the authors, the writers, to write in English language, to write in their local language, because in those times it was a fashion, it was a general belief among the people that if you want to write literature, it must be written in Latin language. So writing was very less during this period, and that's why English was not used as far as writing of literature is concerned. Before this conquest, before this Norman conquest, English had much more complex grammar. However, 70 or 80 years later, the grammar had become much simpler. Before, if we talk about the times before 12th century, the grammar was very complex. But later on, after the invasion, the Norman invasion, after St. Augustine's coming to England and the spread of Christianity, after 70, 80 years, the grammar of Anglo-Saxon English became much simpler. And this change is known as the transformation from Old English to the Middle English. So, because of these things, because of Norman conquest, because of St. Augustine and the spread of Christianity in England, some change took place. 3 languages, Latin, Norman French and Anglo-Saxon English, Old English, these 3 kept on mixing, and as a result this mixture gave birth to a new kind of language. It changed the Old English language, and this changed form of Old English then later on was known as Middle English. At the same time, Norman French became Anglo-Norman. It's not that one language influences the other language also influences the first one that we are talking about. Like say if Norman French has influenced English language, fine, but at the same time English language also influences Norman French. So Norman French was also changed later on. You'll be surprised to know that over 10,000 words, more than 10,000 words from French origin are found in our English language today. And these are the words related to the government, the governance, law, art and literature, food, and many other aspects of life. About 3/4 of these words are still used. Okay, about 3/4 of these words related to governance, art, literature, food, they are used even by the common man who is speaking English in today's times. Okay, and the words derived directly or indirectly from French now account for more than a third of English vocabulary. 1/3 of English vocabulary they come from French origin. In fact, English speakers know around 15,000 French words even before they start learning the language. Okay, we don't know when we were children we started learning English language, but unknowingly we are learning French words because French words are already there in English language. Quite a lot of the words of French origin used in English sit alongside native English ones, and in some cases there are words of Latin or Greek origin with similar meanings. We have taken some examples here. The words like beef in French language, it was the BEEF, this word beef that we are using in today's times in English. It actually comes from French boeuf, right? In the same manner, a type of bovine, it comes from the Latin bovine. In the same manner, the word king, King, in Old English it was king, Cyning. Now it has been changed into King. Okay, the word royal, the word royal that we are using in English, it has its French origin from ROIAL, royal. Okay, in the same manner there is another word called regal, REGAL. Regal actually has Latin origin, right? So the point is that there are hundreds and thousands of words which come from Latin and Greek origin. In some cases, words with the same or similar meanings were borrowed from both Norman French and Parisian French. Parisian French again is another dialect of French language. Norman French is one dialect and Parisian French is another. So both these dialects of French, which both Norman French and Parisian French. Parisian French has also influenced English language, right? As far as pronunciation and grammar of English language that we have today, is concerned, then that is also very much influenced by French language. The pronunciation of English changed to some extent under the influence of French. and in the same thing happened with spelling also. Let's take one example. The Old English spelling CW or SC and C became QU, SH and CH. You know, we are in our English, modern English, we are writing the words beginning with CH, beginning with SH, okay, beginning with QU. They are changed now. Earlier, they were CW, SC or C, and this change has come because of the French influence. You can see this example on the screen. The words that we write in today's time, QUEEN, Queen, was previously written as CWEN. The spellings are changed. Okay. In the same manner, the word SHIP that we are writing in today's times was actually SCIP. In the same manner, the word that we are using today, SHOULD, should, was previously written as SCOLDE. Okay, so these changes have taken place because of French influence. Not only this, there are lot many changes also occurred. Lot many changes occurred in our English grammar because of the French influence. Some French structures, some French grammatical structures we have borrowed into English. For example, we are using adjectives. We are putting adjectives after the nouns sometimes, right? In some cases, not in all cases, but sometimes we have a practice of using adjectives after the noun. Generally, adjectives are used before the noun in English, right? That is a rule, grammatical rule in English. Say, for example, when we say a noun lady, then before this noun, if you want to use an adjective, then you can say a beautiful lady. So beautiful is used before the noun. That is the grammar of English language. But instead of that, sometimes in some cases we have adopted French style of using adjectives after the noun. Okay, lady beautiful. Okay, in that case we are not doing that, but we say attorney general. We say attorney general. So general is actually an adjective which should be used before the noun attorney, but no, we are speaking in this manner. This is French influence. Okay, in the same manner, there is another phrase called secretary general. So secretary is a noun and general is an adjective. In fact, the rule is that adjective should come before the noun, but in this case we have adopted the French style of using adjectives. In the same manner you can say surgeon general. Okay, surgeon general. So these are some examples which you can take as far as the French influence is concerned. I think here we end up this discussion on French influence here. If you have any doubts or questions, feel free to ask me on my WhatsApp number. Thank you very much.